It's not every day you have the sex talk with a priest, and I'm going to ask him about sexuality. I'm really curious about his ideas on chastity and purity and why we give ourselves so many boundaries.
So what about kissing?
Oh, kissing's fine, but you have to be careful.
No touching of each other's genitals.
Right.
I'm nervous in front of you.
My name is Vanessa Lengies. I've been acting since I was 7 years old. I am a happy-go-lucky free spirit who spent my whole life embodying all kinds of characters. But in my real life, I've been struggling with my sexuality. Who am I? I want to take away the fear of talking about sex and sexuality, and I'm going to dare it all. This is my journey. Today I'm meeting with Father Michael.
What are the life benefits of waiting until marriage?
Okay. Well, the first thing is that true love is total. It means I don't sort of love you, or I kind of love you. I may love you down the road, or we may end up someday down the road, we'll go separate. That's not love. Because of that, I don't want to share that with anybody else until I can share it with the person I truly love.
I have given away my
Already.
total love already.
Right. To the same person or somebody else?
To a couple of people.
Right. You're not a virgin, but from here on, you can be. What about with your present boyfriend, your fiancé?
Yeah,
Have you already had sexual intimacy with him?
I have.
Okay. And I understand why. Part of it is you're in love with each other.
Yes, very much so.
And so you're already, in a sense, committed to giving yourself totally to each other,
Yes.
though you're not married yet, but that's what it is.
I feel like I'm a bad person for my sexuality,
Right.
I guess.
You're not a bad person. You know, a lot of good people, in fact, 100% of good people, are, though they're good, they're going to make mistakes.
I love
Even
that.
when I've sinned like crazy, there still has to be peace in my heart.
When you sin.
Sure, everybody sins.
Oh my goodness.
The Holy Father says he goes to confession probably every 15 to 20 days.
You do not have sex. Priest.
Right, no, we don't have sex.
You don't have sex.
Right. But when I made the decision of being celibate, I was going out with a wonderful woman who I was very close to, and I'm sure we would have ended up being married. And when I told her that this was a decision, that it wasn't something that I made, I felt that God had called me to this. And when I told her, she was really upset.
I'm sure. As
I
a
understood
woman, I would
that.
be upset.
Yeah, sure. And you know, and we were intimate. There's no two ways about it. But then what happens is I say, okay, somehow, as good as this is, there's something better that I have to do. And one of the ways that I know even it's better is I always know what I gave up.
Do you think it's realistic in today's world to live like that?
Yes, I do. Now, I mean, society has to make some significant changes.
Which would be?
Well, we have to have TV shows where people don't have sexual intercourse every show, you know.
Where would people learn how to have sex?
Well, from their parents. That's the way they should
So
learn.
you really have to open up that dialogue with your parents.
Absolutely.
Do you have a Twitter, Instagram account?
No, I have Facebook.
I'm going to follow
Put
you
me
on
it.
Facebook.
I've been mulling over this idea of purity when it comes to sexuality and what that means exactly. What better way to demonstrate that than to talk to somebody about sexuality who abstains from sex and how sexuality shows up in someone who is practicing chastity.
My name is Hannah, and I am part of a missionary group called the Culture Project. And so we go around to different schools talking about the beauty of chastity and the beauty of human dignity.
What is chastity?
Chastity is saving sex and all sexually intimate acts for marriage. It's about authentic love, and it's about knowing who you are and what you deserve.
Word on the street is
Yes.
you got rings. What rings
Yes.
you got?
Well, I actually bought this myself. Like, some people get it as a gift from their parents. And it's just a nice reminder that I'm living this out and that it's a choice that I have to make every day.
Do you have a boyfriend?
No, I'm actually on a dating fast.
Okay, but if you practice chastity, you can have a boyfriend,
Yes.
is what you're saying.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, chastity is for everyone. So it's for people who are dating, people who are married, because...
What's chastity in
Yeah.
marriage?
So chastity...
No!
Mind blown, girl, yes. Yes.
What is chastity in marriage?
It's seeing the person for who they are. Like a married couple, obviously they're having sex, they have babies, it's very
Right.
beautiful, but it's not using the person in a physical way.
Do you have sex talks with your friends?
No. We have,
Because I'm just saying, like,
No,
once you're
yeah.
married, how are you going to know about
yeah.
all the things?
No, that's true. That's a good question. I won't. I'll be very honest with you. Let's see. I don't know.
Have you been asked about self-pleasure?
Yes, masturbation in itself is a selfish thing.
The problem that I have with that is that we're built to feel pleasure. I mean, our bodies are orgasmic. We were learning about sexual anatomy, and it has a part on it, our clitoris, and the only purpose for it is pleasure. So I just don't understand why we would get these bodies and not be able to experience pleasure.
Yeah, it might require no's to things like masturbation, but that no is only for a beautiful yes to real love.
I love that. I'm learning that you can have a sexuality without it meaning the act of sex. This is your sexuality.
Yes.
This is it.
Yeah.
And you're doing it.
Yeah, thank you.
That was amazing. I really got to dive into a perspective that I'm not familiar with. I felt honored that she was open and willing to have this conversation with me. And I think that that's all it takes. We just have to keep having conversations so that we keep exploring how vast this world is. We are about to meet with Level Ground, which is a faith-based art community who have decided to express their sexuality with art and hold on to the faith that is really important to them. What art do you make?
I am currently pursuing comedy.
I am a singer-songwriter and spoken word artist.
I create solo theater, so one person plays.
I create experimental films and installation art, and I'm the resident artist here at Level Ground.
What is your religious background, and what would you say your faith is now?
I grew up in a Christian, non-denominational home. Both of my parents are pastors.
Christian mystic means that I hold space for all faiths.
So I was raised Seventh-day Adventist as a missionary kid.
How would you define your sexuality, if at all?
I personally feel sexually fluid in the sense that I'm not 100% sure.
I am a mostly straight queer girl.
I'm bi. I also really like calling myself queer.
People always used to question whether or not I was a girl or a boy when I was younger. It made me really think about, like, who am I?
I call myself virgin-ish because I haven't crossed.
I love this. What's virgin-ish?
So I'm virgin-ish in that I haven't crossed that final line.
Like penetrative, penal, vaginal intercourse?
Yes. My female best friend came out to me that she was really a man. And over the course of the next 15 years, we fell in love with each other.
And I think there's a beauty to kind of having your own sexuality and exploring it in different ways.
It's a lack of color, that's how we act.
My grandpa was gay, closeted, contracted HIV, gave it to my grandmother, and he eventually died of AIDS.
Finding myself in a situation like this one would have sent me racing out of the temple doors into the nearest Christian church and straight down on my knees, begging God for forgiveness for cheating on Jesus with an Eastern spiritual master.
Self-expression through art has let these artists live inside out. Everything felt really honest and true.
I'm trying to queer the perspective of someone through the art that I'm creating. When I use the word queer, especially in relationship with my art, like a lot of times I'm talking about changing how someone sees something.
I think instead of people making the focus outward and about judgment, to turn inward and see if their own sexuality is healthy and feels good.
And I feel like if I'm creating God's image, and if God to me is genderqueer, like, and doesn't have a sex or a gender, I think we have to break down this idea of this black and white and know that there's like beauty and color in that gray space, and it's okay to be in that middle space.
I think our sexuality and our spirituality are intertwined. It's one and the same, so you can't really express one without the other.
I feel incredibly inspired. In each artist's expression, I could hear my own struggle, and it felt really unifying. Talk about purity. Their self-expression was the purest form of sexuality I think I've seen demonstrated up to this point. We fell
fell in love and he proposed in the summer. I'm talking to him tonight on camera. So there are things that I want to talk to you about. I'm nervous how you're gonna take it, if you still wanna be with me at that point. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to SoulPancake for lots of good for the soul content. Mwah!